Hey, Twisted Big D here. I'm gonna do a little video about my PSD and everything I went through, coming up now. Alright, I'm over here in Pittston, PA today. I'm with a student now. Well, I've been here about 3 days. He's ready to test out. Through the PSD process, he's been doing great, so he's going to test out tomorrow. Everybody wish him best luck. This is a video about my PSD experience. Whenever I was a PSD, the last day of the class, most people had trainers already. I didn't get one. I was kind of worried I wasn't going to get one. I went out there to the pad one day. We met a bunch of instructors. Back then, instructor pretty much picked you. They came talk to you. If they thought you got along, then they were picking you. If they didn't think you got along, if they were going to get along with you, they skipped you on to the next one. Well, the first guy that we met, he was asking us, hey, are you married? Wife, kids, stuff like that. I said, yeah, I'm married, I have kids. He goes, well, I just went through a divorce. I don't want to mess around with anyone that's married. He was all like, because I'm single and I'm having a good time and we're not going to get along. I was like, wow, are you serious right now? I just got skipped because I'm married? This ain't even right. So now they use a computer process. They do some matching and it works out great. Or I believe it works out great. Some people have different opinions, but perfect match, we're gonna get along great. So since I didn't have a trainer, I had to go to sim classes and stuff like that, more training until I got one. So Friday I had no trainer, Saturday I had no trainer, Sunday I was in the simulator class. This guy was walking around in there, real good guy. He was walking around in there, he's looking at everyone, watching everyone's backing, making sure people were doing the right thing, stuff like that. So he was just checking out everybody doing what they're supposed to be doing on the sims. Well, he was standing beside me, watching me, and I got into a situation on the simulator where it was icy and a forklift pulled out in front of me, or a backhoe or something. So like I hit the brakes and I just kept it in the lane, and I was all like just trying to keep the truck and everything in the lane and slow it down and stop. Well, when that happened, I was all like, well, this guy might know a better way, what I should have done better. So I said, hey, what should I have done in that situation? He said, you did everything right. He goes, you're gonna have to slow down and just stop. He goes, this is blocking the whole road. He goes, let's go outside and talk. So outside the simulator room, there was like this little foyer where it's kind of outside. There's a glass door for little outside door area, then the doors to the simulator room. We stood there and we talked, and he asked me all kinds of questions, and I answered him every question he asked me, like where I'm from, you know, why I came out here truck driving. And I was honest with him. I told him everything that I had to tell him about truck, why I was out here. You know, pretty much I was out of money at my job because my job quit doing overtime. I couldn't afford to live. I said, I always live paycheck to paycheck, but now you took away my overtime. I can't make it I can't survive out here. I can't do it. So I decided to come out, try something else, and I was led to truck driving. He was all like, oh, that's cool. He told me a little bit about himself, where he was from and stuff like that. And I was like, that's cool. He told me about home time. We talked about a lot of stuff. He decided to take me. So back then, I guess you really didn't have to do 4 hours local like we do now. Now we make sure we take the students out for a drive. I think that's a lot better. I like taking them out for a drive and getting them some experience with an empty trailer, and I can work on turns a lot more. I have my own routes I take them on. I mean, there's a lot more you can learn by doing that 4 hours local. So he drives his truck to the campus. I load everything on there, all my stuff, check out of the room, everything, and I was on my way. And that day he goes, hey, I got this load, I have to get it there quick. So I'm gonna drive today. He goes, you're not even gonna drive. You're gonna just watch what I do and learn from me. I said, bet. That's what I'm gonna do then. So we took off. We were on our way to Arkansas. He took this road, Arkansas 27. If you ever been on Arkansas 27, you know it's not good. I'll never go on it again, I'll say that. Because I've accidentally taken it 2 times after I've seen him drive on it. So we're going up this mountain. He's shifting gears, windy roads, he's driving on the wrong side of the road just to make turns. It's windy, he's shifting gears. It feels like the truck ain't gonna go up it. I'm like, what did I get myself into? I'm out of there. Like, what? You know, so we finally make it to the destination, deliver the load. Cool. We go to a truck stop. At the truck stop, it was a hole in the wall. And I do mean a hole in the wall. Like, hills have eyes people were in there. I'm not trying to judge people, but I was like, man, these dudes are from the hills have eyes. Like, one guy only had like half of his hand. He was like cooking my food. Like, my trainer was all like, hey, I'm gonna buy your food today. We're gonna eat here. I was like, okay. Shoot, I was just watching them and everything, and I was like, oh, wow, I'm about to get sick. And I'm one of those hypochondriacs anyways. Like, I'm a germaphobe. I don't like germs. I have to have a clean truck. Like, I'm gonna get sick. You say you're sick over the phone? This guy's getting sick. It's happened before, trust me. So anyways, we ate. And I was all like, man, I really don't want to eat this, but he paid for it, so I don't want to not eat it. I ate it. I went to the truck. I left before him. He was watching YouTube on his phone or whatever he was doing, watching something. He stays. I go right back to the truck. I get in top bunk, and the crocodile's tears started coming. I was already homesick. I felt like I was doing the wrong thing. I was all like, I can't live like this in these dirty truck stops. That place was dirty. I was all like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to take a shower in a dirty truck stop. Like, public restrooms. I used to never ever use a public restroom. Never. Now I gotta use public restrooms. Guess what? I found out that the trucks don't have restrooms and they don't have showers on them. Man, I was kind of thinking it was like an RV in here whenever I came out here. So that night I cried like a girl. I ain't even gonna lie, I cried like a girl. Some of my students say they're homesick. I say, hey, get up there on top bunk, cry, man. I said, I did it. I'm a blunt and honest person. I did it. I cried. I ain't gonna lie. After that, I got sick the next day. I was over there in the passenger seat. He started off the day. He was all like, I'm going to drive for a little bit. I'm going to let you have the wheel after that. I was like, okay. Next thing I know, running a temperature. My face was red. I was sick. So I was over there in the passenger seat. I just kept on passing out. Boom. Because I was that sick. So I kept apologizing to him. I said, man, I'm sick. He goes, it ain't your fault. He said, you on that Greyhound with all those people, you know, it's not the best thing. Y'all are crowded up in there. Then y'all get here, you know, of course you're going to be sick. So I laid over there sick in that passenger seat for 3 days. 3 days in a row. I was all like, man, I'm getting better. He was giving me medication and stuff. He was all like, look, this is non-drowsy. You can take this. You can take this. This doesn't have no alcohol in it. He was my doctor. He gave me some, he goes, here's some allergy pills in case it's allergy. He goes, this will cure any allergy. And the stuff made me feel better. I started feeling better. Day 3, I was pretty much over with it. And I was all like, dude, I need to drive because no matter how sick you are out here, you're going to have to drive. And he goes, yeah, but you're new. He goes, just get you some more rest. After that, I finally got to drive. I remember the first time I drove, we pulled over in a rest stop. He said, we're going to switch out. You're driving from here. I said, what? I said, I'm driving from here? I said, I got to get out of this parking spot right here? He's all like, yeah, you're driving from here. Go. Ooh, scary. I was terrified. But I was all like, you know what? I came out here to do this. My family's struggling. I'm struggling. Let's do this. Man, I got in that truck, I started shifting gears, I started grinding gears, I couldn't get it in the gear. I was all like, man, this is nothing like the simulator. He started laughing. He goes, man, that's just getting you into the motions of doing it. He goes, now you got to learn it. So, man, double clutching, I finally picked it up. Every time I would miss a gear, he would be like, leave your hand on it so you can feel how it feels to go in gear. So he showed me how it goes in gear. I got it going. I learned a lot. He was very passionate about his driving and about trucking. He still is. He's a very passionate person about what he's doing. And he's a real good guy. Sadly, he's not training no more because he bought his own truck. You can watch his YouTube. It's Prime Driver Jacob. I still talk to him. He's a great guy. You know, we had back and forth arguments. Prime Driver Jacob, Jacob's Vlogs is, I think, what it's called now. You can still search him, Prime Driver Jacob. He'll come up. Every day he was like, get out there and do your pre-trip. You ain't pre-tripping enough. Every day I get out there on pre-trip. Every other day, every 3 days, he would be out there testing me on pre-trip. Some days we would stop and I'd be like, man, I'm tired. I don't even want to do a pre-trip. He said, get out there and do your pre-trip. I knew I had to do this. I had to do this. I needed this. I needed to get on my own truck, make some money. So guess who got out there and did his pre-trip? This guy. I was out there doing a pre-trip every day. We would stop for a 30-minute break. I'd go grab me something to eat real fast. Eat as fast as I could. Pre-trip. Pre-trip, pre-trip, pre-trip. Driving. And he was on me all the time. He would get on my nerves about this. Every time he felt like I wasn't looking at the mirrors, which I probably wasn't. He would be like, he would sit over there and time me. He'd be like, you know, it's been 1 minute since you looked in a mirror. You need to look at those mirrors. I was like, okay, boom, boom, mirror, mirror, back in front of me. Gauges back in front of me, mirror, mirror. It had to be consistent like that. A lot of mirror checking. He was very adamant on that. Anytime we changed lanes, it was look in the mirror, keep watching it, glance back in front of you, 2 seconds, 1, 2, glance in front of you, 1, 2, glance in front of you, till you made that complete lane change. Turning, I mean, like everything I had learned from him, I teach to this day. He made me what I am today as an instructor. I mean, I picked up a lot of tricks from other guys and I've learned a lot on my own, but I've learned most of my stuff from him, Jacob Casper. Man, he's so strict out there. He would get on your nerves. And then, like, if he's answered a question, if you asked him a question, he answered it, don't ask him that question again, because he's gonna make you feel stupid. He's gonna be like, I don't know, what is it? You're gonna be like, that's why I'm asking you. He's like, well, I don't know, what is it? And then you start guessing, and he's all like, I don't know, you tell me. Till you guess it right. He goes, see, you know. And he was all like, that's the way I teach, man. I make you remember it by pretty much not answering it. If I answered it before, you asked me the same question again and you didn't learn it, that's my way to make you learn it. I do that a little bit, and I'm not extreme like it, because it would make me want to choke them out. Like, I'd be like, oh man, just answer the question. Just like, I'm here to learn, answer the question. But, you know, with him doing that, I don't want to admit it. I still don't want to admit it, but I learned everything by that kind of treatment. So we spent probably about 4 weeks, 5 weeks over the road. We got to Springfield. We did a lot of loads. I would drive, he would drive, I would drive, he would drive. We were doing long shifts. He showed me how to do my paperwork. He showed me all the macros. He showed me how to scan stuff. He showed me all of the hours of service stuff. He taught me how to park at shippers, and sometimes you have to work during your 10-hour break. Like, sometimes you have to move the truck. He taught me if you're at a shipper, you need to go right to bed because you could be there a long time. Like, he gave me so much knowledge, and he's very passionate about this. We get back to Springfield. It's pad time. Since he was lease, he wants to get me out of there as soon as possible and make some money, because right there he's losing money. And he told me that. He said, hey, every day I'm here, I'm losing money, and I'm doing this for you. He goes, I'm out here on this pad for you. He said, we're going to learn everything in 1 day. Everything in 1 day, Day 2, you test. What? 1 day? He said, 1 day, that's all you need. I said, oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in so much trouble. I cannot back. So we got out there. He started teaching me the maneuvers. I got him down. Pat time was over. Go get lunch. Come right back. Lunch, backing. Go get dinner. Come back. Okay, dinner, came back. End of the day, he was all like, let's go on a drive. We went on a drive around. He told me to read signs. He told me to look for stuff, like look both ways during the intersection. He was really on me about mirror checking on that drive. He said, if you're checking your mirrors and you're not dizzy, you're not checking them enough. He said, if you're checking your mirrors and you're dizzy, you're checking them too much. What does that mean? Like, for reals, what does that mean? He said, you need to find an in-between, and whatever you need to do to get ready for this test, to make you not scared or whatever, get your nerves right, he's all like, you need to do. So if it's working out, work out. I was all like, dude, I'm so nervous, man. I'm going to the restroom all the time. I was all like, dude, I'm number 2, like, every hour, because I'm so sick and I'm nervous and I'm scared. And he was all like, he goes, what did you do at the prison? I said, what do you mean? He goes, you scared of this test? He goes, man, you used to suit up on a 5-man team, and if that inmate had a shank or whatever, he goes, you ran in there with that team, y'all wrestled him down, got it away from him, restrained him, and took care of business. I said, man, in that room when we're suiting up for that team, I said, we get super hyped up. That's how we do it. We start like just getting amped up. That's how we deal with it. We know we got to go to work, and we know that it's going to be horrible and we don't want to do it, but we know we have to go do this. We have to go take care of the situation, whether it's somebody, you know, harming themselves and we got to go in there, wrestle them down in blood or feces or whatever the case might be. I mean, it was not a good place. We would go do that, and I never hesitated. We never hesitated. He said, well, why don't you do that? I said, all right, well, I'll do that. So when I got out there to test out, I had this guy named JB, super nice guy. Well, JB was on his way to test me. I was so amped up, I was ready to knock him out. I was amped up, like I was all like fight mode. Let's go, let's get this done. That's how I got my mind right for the test. I went out there, I took the test. I trifecta. 1 day of practice, day 2 trifecta. He said, we're gonna take the night off, we're gonna have a good dinner, we'll leave the next day. So in my next video, I'm gonna go ahead and do the TNT phase for y'all. I'm gonna let y'all know about the TNT phase, because the TNT phase was a nightmare. Yeah, it really was. Get ready for that video. All my subscribers, I appreciate y'all. Y'all keep watching these videos. You know, leave me comments, leave me messages, whatever you need to do. I'm learning a lot from a guy I met last night. He's been the only YouTuber that's actually helped me whenever I've asked him questions. His name's Chad Rich. Subscribe to him. He's out here in PA with me right now. So as soon as I seen him, man, we locked eyes and I knew who he was. So I went up, or he came over to talk to us. We were in a group of a bunch of instructors from Springfield, like a bunch of us guys that are best friends. They're my brothers. We're a family. He came up. He said, he was talking to one of them. I reached across the table. I said, hey, I'm Daniel Cox. He said, I know who you are. I recognized you. I was like, you recognize me? Like, super fangirl over here. I was all like, oh, yeah. It was great to meet you. Like, super, like, I'm watching all of his videos trying to learn from this guy, and he talked to me last night. He gave me a lot of knowledge for making videos and stuff. I mean, like, really great guy. If y'all have not subscribed to Chad Rich, do me a favor and subscribe to him too. I mean, like, he's doing great videos. He's having, like, wherever he goes, he's doing videos. Like, if you want to see the real life of a truck driver, you need to follow Chad Rich, because he's doing real life. Like, he's taking you to cities, states that you never been before. If you want to see it, subscribe to him. All right, I'm rumbling on about all kinds of stuff. So, new people to the channel, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for the latest videos. I'm gonna try to do that video tomorrow about TNT phase. I might do it here in a minute. Keep it real, guys. Be safe out there over the road. Whoever's over the road, if you're coming to Prime, get here, because it's the best company you could work for. Hit the subscribe, like button. See ya.